Hi, here with Brendan Grubasic from Fuzz Factory Touring, and tonight we're here with Brano from Apollo80, bass player extraordinaire and vocalist of Apollo80. Brano, good to see you. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you, man?
Good, good. Just to start things off, Apollo80. I was checking out your
Yeah,
band camp. There's about a dozen different genres in there, and you guys touch on all of them from space rock, doom gaze, krautrock, stoner, the whole lot. But putting it
yeah.
all together, how would you describe the sound of Apollo 80 yourself?
Wow. I guess probably instrumental stoner rock with a lot of improvised parts, I guess. Or if I have to use the words of our guitar player of Dan, he once said we are just not good enough to play thrash metal, so we play it slow.
Can't argue with that, but
Yeah, it's great.
I think you guys are good enough, but that's just me.
Yeah, yeah. Just kidding. I would say, we get probably a bit of from stoner rock with the nice 90s stoner rock, and same as a bit of Black Sabbath stuff here and there. A lot of improvised parts. Guitar players really love their effects and go wild on the solos. So put all together is a bit of a mix, and this is what comes out.
And Apollo 80 been going since 2017, I think it is.
Can be, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and in that time, you've done EP, done an LP, you've done a split as well. A lot of
yeah.
changes over those albums. I mean, what's the journey been up to now? You've had some lineup changes as well. Can you give us a rundown on the last 8 years?
Yeah, look, we started. I started Apollo80 with Shane, the drummer. We started jamming kind of in his shed, at his place, just big riffs, heavy riffs, and this is how more or less the first EP came out. We're basically kind of getting from 90s stoner rock, and then when Luke came on board, he brought this pedal board that's bigger than my table here, and started just playing with psychedelic effects, and that gave that the sound of the first EP. That the EP was, by the way, that was only meant to be like on a Bandcamp EP, but then it was picked up by our record label that they found us on the internet and offered us to release us, on vinyl. And at the beginning, we thought it was a joke, but then actually they said they were serious, So this is how the first EP was born.
Yeah.
The second album, we really did the proper, work with all three together. Luke was really into sun and drone soundscapes, so we mixed that as a starting point, adding heavy drumming, and distorted bass. This is how the LP came together, Beautiful Beautiful Desolation, and that was probably a couple of years later. Then Luke went to live overseas and traveled for a while. So me and Shane were kind of what we do, what we don't, and decided to get on board our two current guitar players, which is Dan and Conrad. We already knew them, that they were playing with Sleep Tank at the time. We shared a couple of gigs together, and we are kind of on the same page, like people and musically as well. And we started jamming together, and this is how the split came up. That was probably just like a improvised jam that slowly came more and more together, and I hope that can be felt listening to it. And this is where we are now, more or less in the current days. We are now working on our second album, full length. Again, proper songs, probably 5-6 songs, depending how long they come to be together. We are not there yet, but probably, I guess, 3-4 months, we should be ready to record and then have also that underway.
And is there any changes in sound from the last split album? Are you doing more vocals? Because that's something it's It's been in some of the Apollo 80 releases, or a
Yeah,
bit more
yeah.
soundscapey stuff, or what's the new stuff sounding like?
No, we won't be doing any vocals. I kind of tried to do them in the first album, but then when playing live, I couldn't really replicate the same feeling and the same effects. So we have tried to find a singer for a while, but couldn't find him or find her. So at the moment we are just sticking to instrumental rock, instrumental rock.
Yep.
The new album, I guess, would sound somewhere. We get a lot of from Desert Rock and Yawning Man, but at the same time, kind of rockish stuff like Brent Bjork was doing as well.
Yeah.
This is what we like, and this is how we imagine ourselves that it sounds. Then we will see when we record it, mix it, and put it all together. Maybe sound something totally different. Sometimes what you have in your mind, and then the final product comes to be a bit different, but it still sounds cool. Then okay, let's go with it.
And with the influences you mentioned, like Yawning Man and Brant Bjork, bands like that.
Yeah.
Amongst the members of Apollo 80, is there any really abstract, far out influences that you take on board, but somehow you throw it in there? Is there anything that would be a surprise to most people that listen to Apollo 80?
I don't know. That's I think Dan he's obsessed with suicidal tendencies, so there will be something of that. So if you hear some like heavy riff, thrash metal riff, this is Dan.
Get the bandana out and the Psycho Myco attitude, and yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. But then also every time we try something, a new song or a new riff, we get together and we go, oh, fuck, this really sounds like Fu Manchu. Oh no, actually, this is a Fu Manchu riff. It's not ours. So
yeah.
So we have to start everything from the scratch again. So at the end, you can only produce what you listen to.
Exactly. Yeah.
We won't be playing free jazz, even if it can be cool, but it's not in our veins. So yeah, guess what? We may sound probably a bit derivative for somebody, but why force to do something that is not really in your veins,
Exactly. You have to feel it and be genuine.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
exactly.
Fake. And look, you mentioned Black Sabbath before. Any key tracks for yourself on the Sabbath? I mean, everyone's talking about Black Sabbath these days with Ozzy's passing. Favorite Sabbath track?
Do I know? Favorite song? Megalomania, probably.
Yeah, okay.
This is something that from time to time comes back to my mind and asks me, am I going insane? But I guess Sabbath for me, as for most of the people my age, I would say,
yes.
Was the gate for a lot of different genres, a lot of different rock and stoner rock. Then much later, I remember the first tape I had of Black Sabbath was that, the best of We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll.
Yes.
I had it was a taped album that I've listened through the whole middle school and high school until it disintegrated. So all those songs in that tape are I can remember them one after the other. When Black Sabbath finishes, I'm expecting the next one to start because this is what my mind is kind of weird too.
Ingrained in your memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Brano, might wrap up there. ARMAGEDDOOM 7 coming up. Looking forward to seeing you guys on stage for that Sunday, the 28th of September at the Rosemount. Any local bands you're looking forward to seeing? You're looking forward to seeing Stone Jesus or some of the guys from over east like Komikozo or Godsmoke?
Yeah, really all of them. Stone Jesus, of course, the main guest, and especially considering what they're coming from at the moment, probably is a bit of an elephant in the room,
Yeah, of course.
So I'm more than happy to be part of that night for that reason. But also Komikozo, we've been in touch and talking with Pana for years, either about drums or about bands or about stoner rock generally. So finally have the chance to meet him in person. That will be very cool. Then, of course, the usual suspects, the local bands we see and play together every time,
Yes.
and especially Troll, I must say. We played with them at the Spliff and Riff,
Yeah.
and they play, I think, after us, or a couple of bands after us, and they literally tore down the room. There was people hanging on the stairs watching them. They really left an impression on me, and love to watch them. And of course, I love to watch also Twin Serpents. After I've listened very carefully at the second album, I really love that second. Find it more elaborate, more mature. So all of those, I just love to see it live again.
Brilliant. It's going to be a good night. Brano, thank you
Yeah.
for the interview, mate. Appreciate it. And
No
we will
worries.
catch you next month in Armageddon at Rosemount.
Perfect. Thank you, man.